I guess I'll start with this. So I guess there was a New York Times article recently, yeah, very recently, about these guys getting height surgery. And before I start talking about this, I am basically the same height as the guy in this article. Like I'm actually short also. So I am talking about this from a fellow, not average height guy, and it's something like I don't. There's been a lot of talk about men's height in the past recent years. I guess it was a dating app thing because, like, and I forget. I heard somebody say it pretty good point about it. They were saying like, so many guys that match with you as if you're a woman on there. There's so many guys that match with you. You kind of have to make another category. Like, okay, well, I don't know. It's probably always been a thing, but probably extra now because girls like kind of have to be pickier with all these men matching with them no matter what. Like a lot of guys will just match with any woman on there, so it makes sense that they would be like, all right, maybe part of it is that, or I guess maybe it was always a thing, but there's been a lot of talk about it, um, or mocking of short guys or whatever recently. And I mean, I guess it's always been a thing, but I really do think it's been more of a thing recently. So I mean, I feel, I guess, bad for these guys that are, I mean, um, I was gonna say like I've always been a shorter guy, and but it's really not, weirdly, I guess maybe I don't know. It's just not something I've been really that focused on because it's like you can't help it. Like it was more of a concern when I was growing up. I was kind of waiting to get tall. I was always like hoping I would get another growth spurt or something. And this was, middle school, maybe into high school and stuff like that. But then it's like, you can't do anything about it. Why be obsessing about it? I understand other things, I guess, more like hair loss, and although I guess that's also a thing like that I stopped worrying about too. I mean, when I was turning 30 or a little before that, I thought I was going to lose all my hair right like fast. And it's like it didn't all fall out like I was worried, but I did get a little obsessive about it, and then I just stopped. I'm like, worrying about it is actually making me more upset than if it just happened. So like but I mean, at least with that you can kind of, it's not really that crazy to get like, um what's it called? I don't know why I'm forgetting. I don't know, some kind of hair restoration or something. Maybe that technology has improved. It's not just guys with wigs now. Like I get that because it's not. It's it's just hair. But this height thing, I could see being in your 20s, I guess, and still being really like insecure about that. But like I said, like I've always had other issues, insecurity about other things. Like I've always had social anxiety has been a thing, and it's like a diagnosed thing. It's not just something everybody says they have that, I guess, but um I've had like a real issue with my whole life. So that's something, if somebody was like, "Hey, what's something you want to fix?" like, and I'll fix it with one. Like if you had three wishes or something, I would do that. The height thing, I don't even know if I'd like go to that right away. I might think of it as like a later wish or something because it's like something. I mean, you just get used to your height. Like I'm at concerts and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing." Um, there's times when it comes up like that, or when I'm like talking to some tall guy. But yeah, like it's I guess a subconscious thing, but I don't really think about it that much. Like again, like it's something you can't really do anything about. Like There's so many other things that you can you can even change your eye color with contacts and like whatever. You can like lose weight, you can gain weight, you can gain muscle. I mean, yeah, those are like hard to do. Like, well, they seem hard to do. But those are kind of, now everybody's on Ozempic. Everybody wants a quick fix for everything, so it's not surprising. Like, oh, there's a way I could get taller. Okay, like I get that, but also like reading about some of the risks that happen with this, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. First of all, it kind of reminds me of the penis penis growth stuff. Like that, I remember like I don't know how old you people are. You people, if anybody watches this, like penis, penis pills were a big thing. I mean, in the early 2000s, like when the sort of semi-early internet era. Now I see a lot of like erection, like stuff, like take this pill and you're gonna be staying hard forever. I don't even see stuff about what is that? That is kind of weird. Why did that happen? Like instead of getting your dick bigger, I guess because maybe nobody got it to work. I don't know. Sound off in the comments if anybody's had their penis surgically increased in size. What's worse though? What do you think is more embarrassing? Saying, well, I guess no. I guess the penis will be worse than saying I got height surgery. But there was like Extends was one of the pills for like getting your dick bigger, which it would just come in our mail. Meaning my family, like when I was even still living at home, sometimes it would be in the mail, it would be all over like the internet, ads everywhere. Like, oh, in the email, that's what I'm thinking of. Like AOL email. It would be like constant spam about like penis enhancement. um and that's like obviously a thing for every guy that you hope you're not small. But that's another thing. I mean, I'm not even average height, but like most guys are probably average penis size. So like I wouldn't think it's a good idea to risk surgery on your penis unless it's like it's like a micro penis or something. That is strange. I just realized, yeah, it like I don't see any ads for that anymore. I don't know why. Now it's just like, I guess because porn is so big, and their guys can only guys can't get like regular like erections because they watch porn all the time or something. So then there's tons of ads for that. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm reading this article. I saw this article, and as a shorter guy also, I'm reading this and I'm like, these guys are ridiculous. Like one guy I think was only 5'7". So I guess I'll go over this article because I actually can read it because somebody gifted it to all their followers or something. I'd like to be normal, and of course it's an Asian guy. And I don't mean that in a racial way. Well, I mean, I guess I am talking about it in a racial way. But so this was an article from February 17th, 2026. I'd like to be normal. So yeah, the reason I said, of course, as an Asian guy is because they seem to have issues with women. I might be thinking of Japan. Like they're all like super addicted to video games. I read stuff about, I don't know, just they like never talk to women. They don't even bother to try. Like, and I'm not good at that either. But at least I don't think we're as bad as that. But like, and I think Asian people aren't they shorter in general? I thought. I mean, so if I were him, I would be going by like how short am I compared to Asian men? Because it's not really that fair to yourself. Well, it's stupid anyway. But Aaron Trin was 5'6" and he was unhappy. I mean, 5'6", it's not that. To me, that's not that bad. Like, that's almost average. I think average is 5'8". So unless he was like 5'1" or something, his height was something he dwelled on constantly in public. He mentally measured himself against others. I mean, well, if you're gonna measure yourself against most, I mean, yeah, you're gonna always be like hating yourself. I just didn't want to be that person sticking out in a negative way. I just had to get this out of my head. And this is another reason why internet is bad for young people, even though he's 25. They say now that people don't really grow up until they're like 28 or 30 now or something. 2 years ago, he came across some videos on TikTok about height surgery, a procedure in which the leg bones are fractured and implanted with devices that slowly stretch them over several months, resulting in longer. Sounds not painful at all. It sounds really easy. One of the first thing I thought when I read this article was an old Tom Goes to the Mayor episode where he gets the opposite surgery, where he is like goes undercover at a school, so like he gets height reduction surgery, and they do some horrible surgery that's like, the joke is that it's a horrible surgery, and that actually sounds like the same except the opposite thing here. Like, it sounds no better here. And of course he saw it on TikTok. Like, yeah, insecure people will go online more often and like obsessively Google stuff about how to fix their thing. Limb lengthening has been practiced by orthopedic surgeons for decades, but in height surgery, it can be used for patients who wish to add a few inches to their height. Patient numbers are difficult to track, but 4 clinics said they have received an uptick in interest over the past decade. That's what I'm saying. There's been more focus on... Oh, let me move this over a little bit. Yeah, there's been more of a focus recently. And again, it's hard to know if I'm just noticing it or if it's really more of a focus, but I think it kind of is because of the dating apps and stuff. And like, it's like anything with men, it's okay to make fun of men about anything. Like, this to me is just like, I don't know, mocking weight, fat chicks or whatever. And that, like, you can lose weight, you know? So it's actually worse to me to say, to like mock short guys. Like, I just don't, you know, it's something you can't, like, I try not to really mock people for stuff that's like really like you can't do anything about it. Like somebody's race. I don't really mock weight that much, like unless somebody's in your face about, well, Lizzo, for example, like, oh, it's awesome that I'm fat or whatever. Like, and I don't like the short kings thing either, because that's like another, it's kind of like the Lizzo thing. Like, no, this is like empowering. No, it's like, you know, it sucks, but it's also like, you know, there's a million other things. If it wasn't being short, like, this guy would probably be worried about something else. I mean, so he's an engineering student. There we go. Socially awkward guy. Maybe autistic. I don't know. I mean, engineering. I'm not smart enough for engineering. And I'm not the greatest at talking to women or whatever. But, you know, and it says he knew the surgery carried the risk of complications. Bones could heal poorly, making them more fragile. You know what? This is reminding me of the T surgeries now. People just kind of rushing the surgery, like going into it quickly because I think people need to have them or else they're going to be offing themselves. And there's tons of risk with that also. And it's like bone stuff too. There was a risk of infection, fat embolism, and permanent nerve damage. Not good. That right there, the fact that you could have pain, because that's what this talks about. I just don't like, I don't get this. Like, who is is this all him, or is somebody in his life like mocking him? Like, what is it? I don't get it. And he would have to avoid putting weight on his legs for several months. I mean, that sounds pretty horrible. Recovery taking at least half a year or longer. It can cost between $70,000 and $150,000, driving some people to seek treatment abroad to get. So his father encouraged this and gave him $140K towards the procedure. His dad is Tan, I guess is his name, said he can understand his son's feeling because he's 5'2". I just feel so bad because I don't want him to go through the same mental suffering. I mean, dude, why do you like? I don't get this. Like, you had a kid, you married. Most of the mocking is about dating, and your dad clearly had a relationship despite being 5'2". And you guys are Asian. I don't think it's as big of a deal there. I don't know. It's bad. I mean, it's bad that the dad encouraged it. Like, instead of that's one reason I wanted to talk about this, because like, what happened to the whole like, hey, just like be confident in yourself the way you are kind of messaging that we used to have? Like, when I was growing up, I'm pretty sure it was like, hey, be yourself and like yourself, and you shouldn't want to change or whatever. And now it's like, no, go get surgery. You better go get surgery. I mean, and then like Canada also is like euthanizing people, like that. I don't know. Ugh. I mean, if he was in Canada, they probably offer that to him. Well, you're 5'7". I mean, hey, we have this euthanasia thing. See, I mean, the way they describe this, height surgery in which the femurs or the tibias are broken and then regrown, can add a whopping 3 or so inches to a person's height. I mean, why bother? If you're that insecure, get some like shoes with lifts in them or something. I mean, why? And wear them all the time. Like, who cares if you're that insecure about it? Like, that could also be a good like trial thing. Like, hey, if you really want to get the surgery, first get shoes with lifts in them that are like 3 inches. Just, I don't know, somehow do that and walk around with that, and then see. And also, look at this. He and his father didn't even tell their mother about the surgery until they had already paid for it. And the biggest response that a lot of people are going to get is, dude, you can't change your height. Just learn to be confident. It's easier said than done. Well, yeah. I mean, but again, like, he's probably going to do, like, if he's doing surgery over this, he's probably going to, I mean, I don't know. It's not going to be the only thing he's insecure about. That's what I predict. I mean, if he does start to lose his hair one day, that's another thing that's going to come up. I don't know. There's like so many things you could be insecure about. The fact that he is Asian or something. I don't know. There could be a million. So this guy's only one of a few who have been open about their experiences. At least 4 other height surgery patients spoke to the New York Times and requested anonymity because they were embarrassed. One man went to Turkey for surgery and explained his crutches by telling friends he'd had back surgery or an accident. After his return, issues including poor bone healing eventually pushed him to seek out an orthopedic surgeon. He said he had few regrets and planned to take his secret to the grave. Why? I mean, if you go through with this, why wouldn't you just tell people? Why would you be embarrassed to tell people if you go through with a fucking bone-breaking procedure? Oh my god, dude. Look at this. So is this another guy? I think this is the same guy. Presley St. James, who lives in Pennsylvania. He felt his height, 5'4", made him a bullying target at work. He had dreams of being an actor and worried that he was too short. I mean, everybody talks about how short Tom Cruise is. What does it matter? Like, there's a bunch of actors that people say are short, and everyone knows it, but like they're rich or whatever, so who cares? If Tom Cruise didn't get height surgery, why would you have to get height surgery? You know? I mean, I know he didn't like, my point is like, he didn't even let that define him. Like, I know because it's easier with like, movies because you can just kind of make it look like he's taller. Although I don't know how they do that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't get how they do that in every movie. But, and I saw this recently too. I saw some article. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but researchers have correlated being taller with greater income, high status jobs, and positive perception of leadership. I guess a leader, But and then I was thinking, well, okay, there's a lot of remote jobs, so you won't even know someone's height. So it doesn't. So nowadays, I don't even understand why that would be a thing. Like, if you're in I guess if you're a public speaker or something. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Adults have long resorted to shoe lifts or high heels. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Over the years, Dr. Katz Westrick has evaluated multiple prospective patients, and she said, I've heard it described to me as I'm a tall person in the body of a short person. I mean, if that's true, wouldn't you already be confident and you wouldn't need the surgery because you already see yourself as tall? That's another thing about the whole teeth surgery, Like, hey, you are a woman, but also you do need the surgery. Hey, love yourself but also you do need to alter your body. I mean, this is really like messed up, honestly. I mean, I'm not saying people shouldn't be allowed to get height surgery if they want. Yeah, see here, this is the thing. Like, this Presley guy, he was 5'4" and he went to 5'7". Wow. I mean, 5'7" is still. I'm gonna look up the average height now. Average male height USA. Oh, okay. I guess I'm shorter than I thought then. 5'9". I mean, I don't understand what makes people. Yeah, I want to look at this here because it is odd to me that people in different areas are taller or shorter. Like, I don't know. It's odd to me. I think USA is taller than like obviously Mexico because I mean they're all short, really short. Argentina, 5'3.5". Wait, 5 foot. Oh, that's not that bad. Canada 5'10". Yeah, it's like the more north you go, the taller you get, and Colombia's 5'7". Cuba 5'6". See what I mean? I'm going to Mexico. Here we go. Mexico. Oh, it's actually taller than I expected. 5'7.5" inches. Average female is 5'2.5". I don't know, man. I see like every Spanish guy I've seen. I mean, Spanish men where I'm like, is that a kid? Like, and I'm short. I'm also short. Like, so it is just odd to me. Yeah, Netherlands 5'11.5". God. What about North Pole? What are the citizens of the North Pole? Russia 5'10". Well, I guess the average male height in U.S. is 5'9". And this guy gets a surgery. He's only 5'7", so he added 3 inches. It's like, what? I mean, why? Why do that? Why go through a horrible, painful, really risky surgery? So yeah, the St. James guy, the Pennsylvania guy, wondered if he made a good decision. Did I really make a good decision, or was it a big mistake? Because his family had to deal with it also. I mean, come on. If you already have a fucking family, this is what I don't get. Like, I understand a young 25-year-old guy that, like, maybe is having trouble dating, like, 'cause he's insecure. I don't, like, I mean, the whole thing about, like, oh, work people make fun of me. It's like, they're going to, fire back at him. Do something, say something back. I don't really get, like, that's just like the easy thing to go to. It's not even like a good insult. It's like, all right, yeah, he's short. Like, pick something about them then, They might. How is that going to stop them too? 5'4" to 5'7". I mean, Jesus Christ, look at this. Like, a week after surgery, he began lengthening using a magnetic apparatus on the outside of his legs to separate the bones, and he had to do it 4 times a day, plus a ton of physical therapy, apparently. Oh, God, man. He joined a Discord server dedicated to limb length. Yeah, of course you can find weird people. You can find a group of insecure people online. It's not that hard to find people, like, encouraging each other and being codependent and, like I said, I have social anxiety, and, like, there's a group on Reddit for that, and it's very, like, it's just like, woe is me all the time. Like, it's just like, I can't continue like this. It's all like that. Like, it's very depressing to look at. And I'm sure there's groups of guys that are just short and they're like, I want to kill myself or whatever over, like, I don't know, man. Look at Kevin Hart. Look at Tom Cruise. Like, I mean, Kevin Hart is a good example. He, like, isn't afraid to, like, he laughs at himself kind of thing. It would get annoying if, like, your work guys are just constantly bringing that up. Like, that is, like, kind of just, like, lame, I guess. Like, because it's, like, again, it's very middle school. But that's just like, okay, they might stop making fun of you for that. What if they pick something else? I mean, I just don't. I mean, yeah, at least a lot of these people, I think, in the comments are like, this is ridiculous or whatever. But, like, you really need friends that are gonna encourage you to not get a surgery. Like, you shouldn't have friends just like, yeah, do that, man. Like, you should have people telling you to like yourself. Now, so he is in this Discord, and he's like, day 29, he wrote, sleep continues to be all over the place. Day 56, nerve pain is the worst, he wrote. I mean, you shouldn't be having this shit at 25. You shouldn't be having bone and nerve pain. By 3 months, he had extended his legs by nearly 3 inches. Okay, wow. 3 inches. Wow, you couldn't have just bought lifts in your shoes for that. Now he was exactly 5'9", around the average height for an American man. Okay, but he's not even American. Your dad was 5'4" and he had a family. He's fucking. What is the goal? Like, why are they doing this? Just to be taller, and that's the only thing? Like, wouldn't there be something behind it? Like, I want to get, I don't know. I want to be. I'm having trouble dating. That's what I thought this article would be, because of dating apps and all that. Like, but there's plenty of people who have, like, nose insecurity. They get nose nose jobs. That sounds like a dirty thing. Dude, I got a nose job the other day from she gives she gives the best nose job she'll ever get. But I don't even like that. Like, most of the time unless somebody has a crazy nose, I don't know. Even then, like, I just I don't like that stuff. Like, it's just like, I mean, the weight loss thing, Ozempic is one thing. Usually they will look worse too. I mean, Amy Schumer recently posted something, and it's like, they have this weird, like, they look like a junkie on the face for some reason, and it's like, yeah, it's like if they lost weight through cocaine or something or meth. And also the ending of this is interesting too. The ending of this article here. So the ending of this article is like 8 months after surgery, he went for a 22-mile hike. His recovery, he said, had gone particularly well. Some other patients were still working their way up to jogging. People who knew him noticed, of course, that he was taller. He was truthful with some, but he held back with others. I mean, if you're like tall, that is a weird. I don't know how you're gonna hide being taller. Like, how are you gonna keep that a secret? I guess if it's like 2 inches, I don't know. He wondered. Look at this though. I'm just perfectly average where I need to be, he said. But then he wondered sometimes whether his legs still looked proportionate. He had not ruled out a second surgery to correct his bow legs. It would be a bonus, he said, if it made him even taller. And that's where it ends. And that shows you, look, this guy, I mean, this guy just, he's not going to stop. And, it's about his height right now, but I think, other things, he's probably going to be like, well, maybe I can get surgery on that because, I got it on my. Plus, also, it's like, maybe it's kind of the complex where you're like, time complex. Where when you've done something for so long that you don't want to give it up. But yeah, so that's got to be part of it because you got the surgery. He spent all this money. He's going to, like, you're probably going to justify it in your head that, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it went through. Like, because you spent fucking, like, what? Like, 100,000? Something crazy on this. And I know I don't know, a lot of health shit is expensive. But this is a totally unnecessary thing. I mean, I also have acid reflux. It's called GERD, and that sucks. And that's something I would want to get fixed. But I think that's a risky surgery also. So, like, plus it's expensive and it's probably not covered. But if I, like, made a ton of money all of a sudden, I might do that. But I would have to make sure it's not risky. But that's like another, I don't know. That's like a thing that's like, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense because it's like, I didn't get born with this acid reflux disease. It's like, I don't know, dude. This is like, and then I do like the comments on this because as a 50-year-old man who is 5'10", I've thought about leg lengthening for years. Dude, you're 5'10", you're an inch over average height. Why? Oh, because he said, my husband is well over 6 feet, and some of our friends are 6'4" and taller. Maybe as a gay man, it hits harder being shorter. That is kind of strange that you are around people over 6 feet like that. I don't know if that's that common though. But that's ridiculous though to me. I mean, look, your husband doesn't have an issue with it clearly. You're 5'10", you're above average height. Why would you do this? And you read about this guy's pain that he's having and the fact that he wants more surgery after that. Yeah, this person is talking about the dating apps. Yeah, I can see why you'd be insecure as a younger guy, like 25, like he is. Yeah, I agree with this person. Happiness is an eternal state. We are a society that elevates external appearance way above moral fiber. This is not healthy. I agree with this. A lot of people agree. 1,000 people recommended that. That's like the most likes. So the article is actually pretty good at being non-biased to me. I don't think it. To me, it's a little more like you shouldn't do it because it shows him at the end. Like if this were a documentary, the last scene is him going, it'd be nice if I could get even taller though. Like that's like somebody getting the penis surgery and then you're like, well, I actually got it to 7 inches. What if I could get it to 9? What if I could get it to 11? And then it's like too big. I mean, man, I don't know. Look at this. He's in pain here. Like, this doesn't make me want to get. I could be, somebody who this is targeted towards. They could be, hey, do you want to be a 5'10" or whatever? But like all these guys are only going up like 3 inches or something. It just would make me feel it. See, the problem I have with this is it makes me feel like this is so insecure. I'd be embarrassed to say it. Like I'd be embarrassed to get it. You shouldn't be this insecure. That should be the moral of that article. Is not, oh yeah, you probably should get that because like, I don't know, maybe women would like you more, maybe. But then if you have fucking pain in your legs all the time and you can't do anything, what if you're in a wheelchair after this? Hey, I actually got the 6 feet, but yeah, I'm in a wheelchair. Like sometimes I can walk, but like then it would be like pointless because you're sitting down all the time. Like, oh god, it's like barbaric sounding. I mean, so yeah, this bothered me because like I'm below average height also. His dad was 5'1" or something. Wait, 5 foot. I forget. I think his dad was 5'1". Like, I mean, but yet, like I said, his dad got a family, had a kid, had a wife. Like, what is he held back by? Like, just his insecurity? It's the fucking stupidest reason to do something. Like, just so I can look in the mirror and be like, hey, I'm not short now. Me. And I'm trying to think like of other things, like Freddie Mercury of Queen. He had those crazy teeth that look like he had those like crazy teeth that stick out and stuff, but he never got surgery. And I did say, I think, because he was worried he would sing differently, which probably is true. You probably would be affected. So, but he didn't do it. And you do have a lot of examples now of people like not promoting being confident with yourself, not liking yourself. Like every celebrity is doing Ozempic. And I mean, that's not really an innate, like unchangeable thing. Cause but it's all these actresses that don't need it too. It's like, they're not even overweight and they're just taking it and they look like meth heads. It's like, hey, do you want to look like Hunter Biden in those videos and photos? You will lose weight though, but I don't know. Anyway, just be more comfortable with yourself. And I mean, look, if you're like 5 foot and that's it, if you're, I don't know, I could see like somebody who's like a literal midget or, like but then they'd have probably, it wouldn't even work then. Because like, I don't know, it would be interesting. Like, I wish they would do an update on this article with the same guy, like a year from now or whatever. Actually, maybe there's people on YouTube you can just look up like stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. They're probably all just telling themselves like, yeah, get the surgery, get it. And then the doctors obviously are saying, get the surgery. I mean, yeah, if you could just easily make yourself taller, like who wouldn't do that? Like if it was just like super easy. But like that sounds terrible. Breaking your bones and having them and having to like, I mean, Let me see if I can find that. No, I probably can't play it though. I'll just look up the description of that Tom Goes to the Mayor. Google episode. I don't know. I forget what it was called. Yeah. So it was an episode called Undercover. He goes undercover because there's high starch levels in the food of let's see. Tom, they tell Tom to go undercover. He dresses as a child, but he's taller and has a deeper voice. So then he got surgeries to reduce his height. They didn't really describe what I was wanting, but it's like a also terrible surgery, but like that's the joke, and like